2021's most anticipated rock and metal albums. I've only heard of 2 of these bands so far.
Who are the band?
Cannibal Corpse.
Gross.
I didn't realize Escape the Fate even existed still.
Wow, really? They do? Holy shit.
I guess they do.
That's terrible.
Their last record was like 3 years ago. Greta Van Fleet, gross.
Yeah, that's gross.
The Offspring. My dude is not looking good, but I forgot that they're kind of old at this point.
Yeah, they are.
Their last record was in 2012.
Oh, wow.
He's
Okay, it's been a while.
It's been a minute, but also I'm pretty sure the lead singer is like a PhD scientist or something.
They all are except for one of them.
Oh, I didn't realize they all are.
Yeah, they all went to the same university together, and then the other member that is not part of that was the janitor that would go and buy them beer.
Yeah, that sounds like The Offspring. I like The Offspring. I think they're pretty fun.
They're pretty good for modern punk
rock. Yeah,
punk, whatever type of punk you want to call it.
Yeah, I like their upbeat songs, and then like their other ones. Some of their other ones make me very uncomfortable, but otherwise,
there's the one that I really I think it's called like "You're Gonna Go Far, Kid." I really enjoyed that one.
Oh, their most popular song? Yeah, their number one song on Spotify.
That is not their most popular song.
It is their most popular song.
That is not their most popular song.
Hold on, Offspring. I'm pretty sure it's their number one. You're Gonna Go Far, Kid, with almost 500 million views, is their number one on Spotify.
Well, they have other songs.
They do. The Kids Aren't All Right is big. Self-Esteem. I got really sick of Self-Esteem after a while.
Well, none of these are the ones I'm thinking of.
Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Yeah, that would be one of them.
I also like Why Don't You Get a Job? That's probably my favorite Offspring
song. And that's the other one that I was thinking was going to be number one.
Really? Yeah, that only has 100 mil.
Oh, okay.
Come Out and Play,
I only listened to one album by them, and it's the one that had You're Gonna Go Far, Kid on it.
I don't even think I've listened to that whole record. Rise and Fall, Rage and Grace. Splinter is a really sick album, as is Americana for the most part, because that's the one that has Pretty Fly and Why Don't You Get a Job. Oh, and The Kids Aren't All Right. I might give you some Offspring at some point. That might be fun.
Why? I listened to The Offspring.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a thing where you listen to Death, but you've never listened to like more than one record.
Yeah.
Like Offspring's got some good tracks. I'll have to show it to you. Like one of my favorite is One Fine Day. It's just so stupid and upbeat. I like it. Yeah, Offspring's coming out with a new record. Bodom After Midnight. So I guess they're continuing without Alexi. So I don't know who's doing vocals, or maybe they're just going to become a instrumental band. I forgot the Dropkick Murphys exist. Evil. I remember the name. They're a thrash band, I think. Gojira, obviously. Miles Kennedy. Okay.
All right.
I didn't realize Atreyu still existed either.
My God. Why?
I don't know. Rise Against is coming out with a new one. Their last record wasn't horrible.
I haven't listened to them in forever.
Yeah. I mean, Halloween is coming out with a self-titled. I figured they'd have already done a self-titled. Oh, of course, At the Gates.
They could have always done what Killswitch Engage was and have like 5 different fucking self-titles.
I've heard of Beartooth. I've never listened to them.
I've never listened to them either. I feel like they're either gent or core.
I think they're like modern. They're kind of like, I think you're probably right with both of those. At the Gates, Powerwolf. I do like Powerwolf from what I've listened to. Abath is coming out with one.
God, he's still doing shit?
Oh, heck yeah. Andrew WK is coming out with a new record this year. His last one was actually pretty good. I actually liked his last single.
I was about to say, didn't you listen to his single recently?
Yeah, Babylon. I thought it was pretty good. Thought it had some
Red
really
Fang
good riffs.
is coming out with a new one. Blah blah.
Anthrax is coming out with a new one. If it's similar to For All Kings, I'd be interested. Archspire, Baroness. These are all to be announced. Like, I guess expected.
Baroness. I did not. I guess I kind of knew.
Or to be announced. I guess they're just guessing they're going to be coming out with one soon.
I hope.
Born of Osiris. I can't tell if I like Born of Osiris. I didn't realize Bullet was still a thing. Carcass. I didn't realize they were still a thing, to be honest. I wish Cradle of Filth wasn't a thing.
Yeah,
Dead Cross, anything with Mike Patton. I'm cool with it.
I'm always sad because Cradle of Filth stole Abigail Williams' keyboardist.
Really?
I don't know if stole is the right word. I don't know, her relationship with Abigail Williams in terms of, like, was it good? Was it bad? Did she just move on to a bigger career? But she was the one doing all the symphonic shit on the keyboard.
I didn't realize Fear Factory was still a thing either.
Yeah, they're releasing a new one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like Cradle of Filth from what I've heard.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either. If I'm going to try and do, symphonic metal, there are way better bands out there. But the one reason I'm sad is about her leaving was they have one song on In the Shadow of a Thousand Suns where her and Ken Sorceron did clean vocals together, and I wanted way more of that.
So obviously we both hate Ghost, but
we both hate kind of Ghost. Yeah.
What is the whole gimmick, the Papa Emeritus or whatever mask or whatever he wears now? He looks exactly like Vincent Price.
So there's like some stupid storyline where each album is a new reincarnation of Papa Emeritus and his servants, the Nameless Ghouls.
Gotcha.
So each album he gets a different mask and outfit in general, which he does change on stage sometimes. I guess he'll wear like the big Pope outfit and then switch over to a smaller one later on.
I imagine wearing that on stage would get pretty hot. So I guess Godsmack is coming out with a new one. Gross. Dude, one of their members looks just like Penn Jillette from Penn and Teller.
Which
Guar,
member?
Gross. Here's the picture. Save picture. No, I want to save image, please. Oh, I can't save image. So I'm gonna I'll send you this link I got, but just scroll down until you see Godsmack. It's like the article attached to the article. Ginger.
I don't see it. Which guy are you talking about?
Oh, are you at the picture? The guy on the far right looks just like...
Teller's the bigger guy, isn't he? Or used to be bigger.
No. Penn Jillette is the big guy. Teller's the small guy.
But you thought he looked like Penn Jillette?
Yeah, he has his face.
Yeah, I think that's their guitar player.
How many bands are putting out a stupid album this year? I don't care anymore.
Quarantine.
I guess it makes sense. Yeah. Were you in a band in 2020? You're putting out an album next year. Can the Smashing Pumpkins go away?
Ethereal Solace needs to get on it.
I was gonna say a joke, but I'm not gonna say it anymore.
No, come on, hurt me. Come on, Daddy.
I was gonna be like, maybe you should it would count if maybe you put out actual music beforehand. Became as Romans is back? Veil of Maya? Oh, I get it. I'm so stupid. The to be announced ones are just in alphabetical order. Anyway, geez. Okay. podcast. I am the one who interrupts Ethan Carpenter, and he's only allowed to talk when I let him.
Right?
Mitchell Wade. You can talk.
I'm sorry, what? What? Are you done? Are you done?
How's it going, Mitch?
I am doing all right, and that is completely not a lie.
You need to start faking it a little bit on this show, dude.
I'm doing great, Ethan. How are you doing? Wow, that's a lot of clips.
Well, here's the thing. I hate my life too, but I at least put a little bit of treble in my voice.
I'm doing great, Ethan.
No, we're not doing that. We're not turning into Toad.
No.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
I can't do a Toad. Well,
Why
we
are
learned something new.
entertainment?
Well, I mean, it is distorted there, so you know. No, I'm all right. I'm good. I'm good. You know, just doing the usual, trying to get through life, get a new job. Sold coffee. I sold some coffee.
Oh, you sold some coffee.
I sold some coffee.
How much did you sell? Like, how much do you make from it?
$4.
Oh, heck yeah, brother. That's like one bag of coffee. That's like half a bag of coffee.
That is literally how much I sold was a bag of coffee.
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
But I found a loophole, which hopefully no one from Geek Grind listens to our podcast. But I found a loophole. I can use my code to buy coffee. And so it's like cash back.
Yeah, it's almost like paying for your own gifted subscriptions on Twitch, which I had to do the other day live because I jokingly said, "Oh man, if I get this item in the Binding of Isaac, I will pay for one whole gifted sub because I'm broke." And I actually got the item I was joking about, 1 out of 700 chance. And so I had to pay for a gifted subscription to like a literal 12-year-old. So that because he was the only one in my chat. So
people go watch his thing so he can be less sad.
Oh no, I'm actually super stoked. I'm not getting a lot like while I'm live, but so I've been playing the new Binding of Isaac DLC Repentance. It's very, very fun, also very challenging and hard. But so I streamed Saturday, and I had the new subscription guy, the 12-year-old, and then my buddy Jake is a mod, and he was just hanging out. Had a good run. It was about 4 hours. 2 days later, i.e. today, I went back and looked at the Twitch pages because I was trying to change I had a repeating schedule that wasn't right because I just started streaming again, and it said I've been streaming Red Dead Redemption every day for the past month, which isn't right. And I had like 300 views on the stream. Like,
nice.
What? That's more than I've ever gotten ever. So that was the second time I streamed Repentance, but the first time I streamed also had like 115 after a couple days too. So I'm like, it's a good time to actually. It's the one time where I've bought a new game and I've actually gotten some people watching my material. So it's pretty pog. It's a pretty fun time. I also beat Red Dead Redemption.
Did you just fucking say pog?
I did. I said pog. I watch a lot of Northern Lion, so a lot of his random things is just entering my lexicon, much like forehead. And actually, that's the main one that you would know. That's where I got forehead from, Northern Lion. But
wow, I thought you were original, Ethan.
No, I'm not. I am not original in the slightest.
Well, color me a fucking fool.
I mean, I can banter when I'm in the zone, but sometimes you're just not in the zone. Like when the 12-year-old in your chat is trying to pick a fight with your moderator, and like I can't get super mad because he's literally like 12, and I don't think he knows better, so he thinks he's being funny. So I was getting super frustrated on my last stream. Like, I was so close to just kicking him. I'm like, dude, I just want to chill out and play some Isaac. Can you, like, stop calling my moderator a bitch for a second? He eventually calmed down, so I don't know. Kids, dude, They shouldn't be allowed on the internet sometimes.
Right. Man, I remember when I was a fucking Call of Duty mod for my clan, and I was like 12, 13. That was a poor decision on their part.
Yeah, dude, this kid was asking for like mod controls.
Now,
like,
okay,
no.
To be fair, I never abused my power. I always kicked and banned people that weren't following our rules after giving them several warnings. It wasn't like I was just like, I don't like you, bye.
Right.
But man, some of the shit I said, ooh, cringe.
Look, we were all 13 at one point, all right?
I don't even know if I was 13. I might have been like 11. Maybe
Still.
13. Yeah.
Still.
I just don't remember when Call of Duty Modern Warfare was out.
Yeah, I don't either. I never got into COD.
I was a real PC gamer back then, too. Holy shit.
I almost bought the Halo collection yesterday on Steam because it's on sale. And then I'm
really tempted. Don't.
Yeah, I'm like, but no one's going to play Halo 2 with me.
Like cooperative?
Like co-op or just like, old school. Let's open up a multiplayer map and just mess around with like. I used to play like Halo 2 co-op map, or Halo 3 rather, because that's when I started playing Halo. Actually, I had played Halo 2 prior, but then I had a 360. It's like, we're just gonna make a map with the three of us, and we're just gonna like role play or something.
I mean, it became a very popular series called Red and Blue.
True.
Red versus Blue.
True. Red Blue. My favorite rooster. My favorite Rooster Teeth.
Or there's always Arby and the Chief. Good old Arby and the Chief.
Don't remember that one, but
yeah, it was good times. But yeah, I just said a lot of stupid shit. Like, let's be honest, young little Mitchell didn't know what the word jizz was, and I use that word a lot for somebody that didn't know what it meant. Talking about hitting people with the band hammer and making them jizz. Good times.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's like an adult activity nowadays.
True. You're right.
Hit me with the band hammer, mommy.
Hammered. Dear God. All right. Well, people, we should get into the appetizer salad.
We need to get a different metaphor, but I do agree.
I just like making fun of you.
I know. I need a different metaphor for like the things like that. Although, since WrestleMania was yesterday, I'm probably going to refer to our actual reviews as the main event. But have some music news. Got like a few different things here.
You better not steal my one thing. You better not steal my one thing.
Was it the thing was it like the one thing you happened to have been born for? Because we were born for one thing, Gojira.
Yeah. It was,
I actually wasn't going to talk about Gojira. I was promoting you. Yeah, it's fine. Obviously, up front, rest in peace to DMX. He died the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty well-known rapper back in the day. He died at 50, and I believe it was a overdose. So
no, it wasn't an overdose. He had a heart attack.
Reportedly suffering from an overdose, which resulted in a heart attack.
Oh, really?
This is according to Loudwire, so maybe it was just a heart attack, but they did say reportedly. But yeah, so rest in peace to DMX.
I mean, without DMX,
rapper.
we would have never had X Gonna Give It To You, which is just great over anything.
Oh yeah, the memes that song spawned alone. It's fantastic.
I mean, I don't think I could ever play Resident Evil 2 remake without X Gonna Give It To You mod, which is my favorite mod.
I loved when they added the even more detail of it, that like the further he was away, the song gets more muffled and then it gets clearer as he walks.
Oh yeah, no, that it has to, and like as soon as he bursts through the door, just perfect. Give it to you. Don't. Yeah,
dude, I love that meme. I love that whole mod. It's wonderful.
And then of course you had the X Gonna Give It To You and Rick and Morty at the end, where Summer and
Rick I forgot
just
about
beat
that.
up a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm. I also love the whole it's a whole series of like DMX over like children's thing. It may not have been DMX specific. It may have been Thomas the Tank Engine specific that had X Gonna Give It To You and the Thomas the Tank Engine theme mixed together. But yeah, mashups are always fun too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a really good Lamb of God Dr. Dre mashup.
I remember I actually used to like a one that was Back in Black and My Name Is by Eminem, I think.
Of course, there's the best one of all time.
Psychosocial
Baby.
Yeah, no, that guy made a lot of them too. I forget some of the other ones he made, but he also made Stephen Hawking Flame. Is one of my favorite videos. It's horrible. It's really bad, but it's hilarious. It's Waka Flocka Flames.
That's
Hard in the
already.
Paint. Yeah, it's his song Hard in the Paint, but he replaces all the vocals with a Stephen Hawking text-to-speech robot, and it's hilarious.
Okay, they actually might be listenable now.
Hawking, I go hard in the motherfucking paint. Hawking. It's really stupid. I hate it, but I also love it. It's one of my favorites. I put it on my iPod. Anyway, recipes to DMX. On the other side of the new spectrum, when it comes to serious things, former Sabaton guitarist, convicted of being a child diddler.
Yeah.
And I'm not making a joke of it, but maybe it's just how blunt I am. But like,
it's the fact that you said diddler, and immediately Diddle Kid popped into my head.
Yeah, obviously not a super funny situation, but
no, not at all. I'm sorry for laughing.
No. I mean, I got your brain
to mention
can diddle. Rickard Sundin, the former guitarist of Sabaton, he's not an active member, so like, don't be bugging Sabaton about this at the moment.
But they haven't said anything yet, as far as I know.
Okay, fair enough. I haven't checked to see if they've made a public announcement. Yeah, he was most recently a member for their album Civil War, I believe, and he's in jail now, and I hope he rots. So cool. Not cool, but you know what I mean.
Please tell me you know about Diddle Kid though, right?
Diddle Kid, I don't. Not offhand.
Game Grumps. Okay.
I think I know that
made
one.
a character called the Diddler.
I think I know. I also know one of the Rooster Teeth guys for one of the WWE games. I think he had a character called Mr. Diddles, and it was like a clown, and he had 2 watches on, like on each wrist. He's like, I got 2 watches on because it's always time to diddle. I'm like God damn
what?
It. The old Gamecom guys was really into Rooster Teeth, so like, oh, that's it. He had a random sound clip for like a secret donation on one of the channels where one of the things was from that stream, where it's like, this is going to be the greatest diddling of all time or something. Like, out of context, I hate it, but I also love it. In other news, Maynard James Keenan's eyebrows are freaky looking. This isn't like the news article, but like the picture for the news article.
Is the news article, in fact, that he is no longer plagued by COVID problems?
Yeah, it's Maynard James Keenan, all good after second COVID battle, talks favorite UFC fighters post the first stream. I don't care about the last 2, but he's doing pretty good after all of it.
I can't wait for another like 10 years for a new
Tool album. I don't understand. Look, I'm happy the dude's okay. I don't like his music. Anyway,
I will say he posted. I could never find the post again, but he posted a tweet, and it freaking killed me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was over the fact that the new Tool album had gotten leaked, which I mean, bruh, it was going to happen. And he's like, all right, fuck faces, because you leaked the album, there's going to be 20 new Persever albums before I ever do a Tool album.
I've never listened to Pussifer. I've never listened to A Perfect Circle.
They're different than Tool to an extent. That man makes wine. He's also an asshole. Somebody asked him if his wine was vegan. And so he dipped bacon into his wine like an asshole.
Dude's a moron. I don't like Maynard.
Tool's all right sometimes, though.
Yeah. I like a couple of songs. I'm sick of Tool, just in general.
I feel like you're more sick of Tool fans than you are of Tool, though.
I mean, a little bit of both. I don't like how Maynard... It's mainly Maynard. I don't like how he basically treats his fans. Like, just the people that are so dedicated to Tool, and the reason that Tool album took so long to come out was basically just because of Maynard. Like, as far as I'm aware, obviously. But, like, just to dick around your fans for that long. So, interestingly enough, during the last episode, I mentioned this band when I was talking about the idiots on the A Group Just for Ethan post, like, completely missing the point of me asking what Cannibal Corpse records to give you. And that one person mentioned The Devil Wears Prada. And I was like, the only thing I could ever even think about giving you from The Devil Wears Prada is their Zombie EP. Well, last week they just announced that they're doing a sequel to the Zombie EP, which I am cautiously optimistic, or I'm cautiously looking forward to it. Mainly because Zombie is probably the best thing they've ever put out in terms of just pure quality. It's like, I think it's 5 songs. It's pretty good. It's quite heavy. It's just what's it called? What are those called? It's the same thing as Crimson. It's a concept EP. Album. Yes, this is a concept EP about a zombie apocalypse, which was all the rage back in the 2010s, early 2010s. So my main concern with this is just if it's going to be like their last couple of records or singles, because their last record and the last couple of records have been trash. I have not been a fan. There have been a couple songs here and there that I've been like, okay, Daughter is pretty good, and then another one off that, I think Transit and Blues was okay, but the Alien EP sucked.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, it's pretty much about, it's like Alien, but it's not Alien,
but it's Alien.
But it's alien. Like, literally, I think one of the lyrics talks about, like, the acid blood of the creature or something. And I say, I think, because I can't ever understand what Mike Hermata sounds like. I never know what he's saying. Because, let's be honest, he's not that good of a vocalist.
That's how I remember him sounding. It was just really whiny.
No!
Yeah.
That's what he sounds like. I know a ghost! That's what he sounds like. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's got that weird, like, falsetto in it, which is fine, but that's kind of just what and his lows aren't amazing either, but in the Zombie EP, it's not bad. And then a couple of records, like, their earlier stuff is more tolerable than their later stuff, but yada, 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 that's how everybody is. But they do say that, they will be releasing, quote, the heaviest music of their career with Zombie 2.
I don't want to hear that.
This isn't just a new chapter for the Zombie EP. This is a new chapter for us as a band, an opportunity to lean into both sounds in a ways that feels better than ever. I guess they were talking about a different single they released earlier this year, which was more in line with their last record. Yeah. It's going to come out on May 21st. They have not released a single for it yet, or they haven't released anything but a teaser. The teaser looks interesting. The track list is as follows: Nightfall, Forlorn, Termination, Nora, and Contagion. I am cautiously optimistic. Obviously, I will report back once they release a single from it, just to see how it goes. It's, for me, like, and I, you kind of hit the nail on the head when I said that it's going to be, quote, our heaviest record of our career. I usually take those comments with a grain of salt when it comes to most bands, because
I remember when I saw Ghost live, they were like, we're going to play our heaviest song yet, and I didn't know the whole entire Ghost catalog. And I was like, ooh, is this actually going to be pretty heavy? Because, I liked a Ghost album, and they put on a good performance. Like,
I'd imagine.
I can't deny that. It was mummy dust, and
That just
not
sounds
that heavy.
like a Scooby-Doo character.
I mean, all Ghost is hard rock Scooby Doo
Yeah. So
that occasionally mentions Satan.
I don't understand Ghost, but you know, if you
Yeah.
like Ghost, I'm good. I'm happy that you like Ghost. I just don't get it. But
Go listen to better prog.
they're considered prog.
They are considered prog.
Gross.
Yeah. Why
And then-
why listen to Ghost when you can listen to Haken?
I heavy agree. Why listen to Ghost when you can listen to Haken?
Also, Haken is actually heavier than Ghost at points.
I would say most of the time.
Well, I mean,
Probably.
they've actually growled on several of
I
their
have not
songs.
listened. I haven't listened to any Haken that has any harsh vocals, but like the riff,
They
the
did
set.
it on the first album.
Yeah.
Oh, does somebody not like being interrupted while they're talking?
No. I was continuing my chef's kiss with a breath out. No, I didn't care.
Mm. Ooh, you'll love this. On Wikipedia, one of the genre titles that they are listed as is doom metal.
Ghost?
Yes.
What Doom? What song is Doom?
I think they just mean occasionally this is slow and has some Mr. Crowley organ in there.
Pass. And then I technically have one more news thing, but it also can feed into like the WWE stuff I might talk about here in a minute. There's a train. Hey, soul sister, hey, that mister on the radio. There's another band that sucks. Train, but I don't think I'm blowing anybody's mind with that opinion.
No, but that was amazing. I fucking love that. Well, I still want you. So, what Haken have you listened to so far in terms of
I've
albums?
literally only listened to Virus and then Cockroach King. That's all I've listened to.
Dude!
I may have listened to a couple of songs because I've turned on their like This Is Haken playlist on Spotify or something, but I have not sat down with any more Haken, really.
You got to listen to The Mountain and Affinity.
Right.
You got to listen to those two albums. Also, Affinity has the Growly Growls on it, on one song, because they got the guy from Dillinger Escape Plan to do a guest spot.
That's an interesting combination.
I think it was Dillinger. I'm pretty sure it was him.
Dillinger's another one of those bands.
I don't understand Dillinger in the same way I don't understand Primus. I see the talent. I don't get why people like it.
All right, I guess I see where you're coming from.
Oh, I take it back. It's the singer from Leprous.
Oh, that makes a bit more sense.
But he's still only doing harsh vocals. The singer from Dillinger, however, is on a Devin Townsend record, which you still haven't listened to.
Yeah. Leprous being on a Haken song makes more sense, just like the guy from Dillinger being on a Devin Townsend song makes a bit more sense. Yeah. But I've never been, from what I've listened to of Leprous, I'm not big on his harsh vocals either, to be honest.
Now, occasionally Isan does the harsh vocals too.
On
Leprous records.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Oh, do you want to know the reason why?
Is it because the guy is married to Isan's sister?
Shut the fuck up.
No, I was guessing because I recall us talking about that, but I couldn't remember if that was the guy from
that's the
Leprous or
reason.
Matt Heafy.
No, Matt Heafy's married to some person. That's his
I
wife.
thought you were about to be like somewhat mad as like some whore.
Matt Heafy's mine.
Are you okay?
Important news. That Gojira record right around the corner. As of recording, 18 days.
Yeah.
And they were nice enough to release another single. And it is called Into the Storm. And it's pretty heavy. It sounds pretty good. I don't have huge hopes for this record. It just feels like Magma 2 to me.
I agree. I was very about Into the Storm. Like, it's fine.
For me, yeah, that's like, I'm just getting Magma 2 vibes, which is not a bad thing. Magma was not a bad record by any means. I'm just going to be like Opeth and be like, yeah, their new stuff's good and everything, but I miss Blackwater Park and Still Life and Ghost Reveries and Watershed. Just like I miss with Gojira, Mars the Sirius and The Way of All Flesh and L'Enfant Sauvage.
I think it's just a thing where those progressive bands, as they get older, they just don't feel like screaming as much.
Well,
or like they're not as angry as they were when they were younger or something like that.
Well, it's like there was an interview with Joe, and Joe was like, I wanted to write a record that wasn't super dark and depressing and was kind of uplifting. I'm like, but I want the dark and depressing.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I don't want to be happy. I want to be angry.
I don't want to be happy. It just reminded me of a stupid video from when I was younger. Sorry.
But no, you're good. And I'm totally fine with that. I mean, explore your sound, come up with new stuff. That's great. That doesn't mean I have to like it. Like, Gojira is still my favorite band, so is Opeth. But neither of them are releasing things that's making me go, whoa, man.
Yeah, I still think Born for One Thing is the best single so far.
Yeah.
Into the Storm was fine. It had some cool parts, but I was very just... This is a good background music type feeling with it.
It's like everything they released so far has not gripped me at all. It's been like, yep, that's a song. That's cool. But it's not like the first time I heard like Vacuity. And like, I was
absolutely.
like, whoa, what is this?
It ain't Ocean Planet,
It ain't Ocean Planet. It ain't Backbone or Global Warming. God, that song's great.
Or Explosia,
Yeah.
If we're talking about like openers,
Yeah, Explosia's great. L'Enfant Sauvage, follow-up track to that's amazing. So, I am glad that I got to see Gojira on their L'Enfant Sauvage tour in the US, so I got to experience like their entire force of heavy, because I didn't get to do that with Opeth. The first Opeth concert I went to was for Heritage, which was their first prog rock album, if we don't count Damnation.
I consider Damnation's. I wouldn't consider Damnation a prog rock record. It's more of just like
let's all sit out by the campfire.
It's an acoustic record, really.
Yeah, let's all sit out by the campfire, drink beers, and be sad.
It's very similar to Jar of Flies by Alice in Chains in that kind of respect. They just kind of did a very stripped back album, and it was, Jar of Flies is also really good. So
with Damnation, it was kind of just like, well, also it's part of Deliverance. Technically, they're technically supposed to be together. But even without that knowledge, it's kind of just like a nice little relaxing break versus Heritage is a beginning of a new era.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
They still play their old stuff, and that's all that matters. Like, I totally forgot, but I got to see Heir Apparent live at that Red Rock show. And that was real good. I rewatched it recently, and I was like, that piano part still hits.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think it's a great little like breakaway. I'd still love to go see Opeth and Gojira, even if they're likely to not play, all of their heavy songs. But
well, if we are to go off of previous shows I've seen, so like I went and saw Opeth on their Sorceress tour twice. Oh no, I forgot. I went and saw them on their last album tour, which they, by the way, during that they played all of the. I always forget the new album and how to pronounce the name.
in Cauda Veranum or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. They actually, when they were touring the US, did all the songs in Swedish. Which, because that album, there were two options.
Yeah.
They released a Swedish version and a English version. My guess is Michael probably just knew the Swedish stuff more.
He
liked it more.
Sense.
Yeah, or he liked it more, which also would make sense.
Yeah.
But how they did it was, their show's like an hour and a half long. They did 10 songs, plus, all their little breakaways where Michael talks for like 10 minutes because he's hilarious.
Right.
And so it was about an hour and a half show, 10 songs. They did 5 songs off the new album, which I think they could have dialed back, like maybe down to 3 songs.
Yeah.
They did 1 song per album from Blackwater Park all the way on up.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, they did, I think they did Leper Affinity. I don't remember what they did off of Deliverance or Damnation. I think they did Ghost of Perdition. They did Lotus Eater, I'm pretty sure. Devil's Orchard, Sun Above, Moon Below, or Moon Above, Sun Below, which is a great song. And how they did it on that was they played the keyboard. And the story behind it was apparently the keyboard player at one of the shows had screwed up and it hit his pitch shifter. So the note was high up and he held it there for a second and then lowered it. And apparently the band loved it so much. He was like, nope, that's how it's played now. It was a nice little thing. And yeah, it was a great show. Fantastic. I will still always go see Gojira and Opeth live because they put on good shows. They still play the songs that I really like.
Yeah, I'd love to go see them, and I really want to go see Cattle live because I've seen them live before, but it was before I was a fan, so I didn't understand. So yeah, new Gojira song. It was fine.
Other news, like I said, a whole bunch of bands have announced that they are releasing some albums, which I think Ethan will cover a bit of those. Looking forward to a lot of bands that I've been seeing on Instagram and Facebook posting photos of them heading to the studio. We got Meshuggah, Bailacore, possibly Scar Symmetry, At the Gates. I think Trivium's working on some shit. Mastodon at one point was talking about stuff. In Mourning, pretty sure Insomnium. Wouldn't be surprised if Dark Tranquillity, though. If I remember correctly, they released an album last year, so probably not anytime soon. Just to name a few. Ethan will cover some more because he's actually got an article. Those were all off the top of my head.
Oh, actually, I'm probably just gonna have that be in for pre-intro music roll because we already went through them. I might as well keep it.
There's a South African band called Krageth who had Oblivious Scare's bass player Martino and In Mourning vocalist Tobias guest star on it, so I'll have to check that out. I think that I feel like I'm missing something and it's bothering me, but I can't think of what it would be.
I actually, speaking of Trivium, just because you briefly brought them up, I don't know if you saw the feed in which I got into an argument with one of my old college buddies.
I did not, but I'm sure this is going to be beautiful.
Oh, yeah, let me go pull it up. I posted something to do with, I tagged my buddy Mitch in it. There should be a way. Sorry. No, Mitchell. His name is William, but I've always known him as Mitchell. See Friendship. He's one of the Gamecom guys.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure I tagged him. I tagged him in a post that was making fun of Ice Nine Kills. Yeah, here we go. It's a King of the Hill meme, and it says, "Can't you see you're not making horror movies any better? You're just making metalcore worse." Because Ice Nine Kills, I don't know if you know the gimmick.
I don't.
They are a metalcore band that basically just sings horror movies, but not in the way that Cannibal Corpse does horror themed lyrics. It's just literal references and songs that are literally just about horror movies, like It or Halloween, Scream, stuff like that. So I jokingly tagged my buddy in it, and he says, hey, say what you want, but Ice Nine Kills is the only band in metalcore that's not just doing Architects core, which I don't agree with at the moment. But I was like, metalcore has kind of run its course for now. A lot of the bands are kind of following the whole Bring Me the Horizon shtick at the moment, where they're definitely going more into pop metal, which honestly I find way more interesting than standard metalcore to begin with, in terms of your more hardcore variety, chug-a-lug, high singing, Devil Wears Prada type stuff. But I mentioned, you still have Kill Switch and Trivium kicking it, and they're technically metalcore. They're labeled as such, even though they're way more on the metal side of things than pop. A buddy brought up Loathe, which I tried listening to a little bit. They're like almost progressive metalcore. They're very weird. But then Mitchell replied, I'll just call him William. Will replied, why is metal obsessed with old stuff only? Metal and country are awful about this. They have this older is better mentality. To which I replied, it's more boomers and thrash heads that are kind of like that. I respect and liked older bands, but I listen to a lot of new bands too. But the issue is he considers 90s old.
Yeah, no. And even that, like, a lot of these bands are still releasing new shit and good shit.
I was like, you're never going to catch a 50-year-old Slayer fan liking Gojira or Infant Annihilator.
No, I mean, that's not true.
I know it's not true, but, like, going into a logical extreme. To which he replies, Trivium, ? Aren't they from the 90s? I'm like, if they are from the 90s, it's very late. Most people consider Shogun their best record, and that was 06. And their recent output is still great. I wouldn't call Trivium an old band at all. It's like 06, that was the beginning of the emo phase. I'd call that old. I'm like, no. Like, when I think of old metal, I'm thinking of Sabbath, Dio, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, traditional heavy metal bands. I don't know. I also said if you haven't listened to their old material, it's still new to you. But seriously, go listen to Trivium if you haven't. They're really, really good.
Especially Shogun.
Shogun is awesome. So was what Dead Men Say or whatever it's called. Thought that was a good record. I just was reminded of that when you mentioned Trivium.
Right.
Yeah, so I got a couple other things. What I was going to say that's tangentially music related plus other things. Ozzy Osbourne was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, which is kind of cool. I'm honestly not sure why, but it's because Ozzy has been involved with WWE programming before. I guess that makes sense. So yeah, that was kind of cool. I just like Ozzy. That being said, WrestleMania was, obviously you're not super into this. This is just kind of just in general, in case of other people are. WrestleMania was over the weekend. Apparently it sucked. And that's all I'm going to say.
Oof.
Yeah, there were a couple cool things. Cool that Rhea won her match. But this also kind of segues from WWE into the video game world, because they released a teaser trailer for WWE 2K22.
Oh, I can't wait for all the glitches.
Oh, dude, so it's well known that WWE 2K20 was a disaster. It was bad, and I feel bad for pre-order. I didn't pre-order it. I bought it, and then I was like, yeah, I mean, it's glitchy, but it's not necessarily that the other games were never glitchy, but it was bad. And then everything was behind a paywall. Eventually, I just stopped playing the physical copy I had, and then they had the quote-unquote gold edition on sale for like $20 or something like that. So I bought it again just so I could get all the DLC for way cheaper, because it's so stupid. You know how most games have like a season pass, right? So
sure,
you get all of the DLC typically when you get season pass. This didn't have a season pass. This had a quote backstage pass, which included it included all of their quote 2K original DLCs except for the first one that got released called Bump in the Night. What the 2K originals was, it's like, these are like themed packs. So the first one was Bump in the Night, so all the characters like horror related, and then they had the really popular character that just debuted called The Fiend, whose whole look was created by Tom Savini, who did he's a legendary movie effects artist, did all the Friday the 13th kills back in the day. You got all of the ones except the first one, which you had to pay $15 to get. So already you're spending if you want all of that stuff, especially just to get the Fiend, you got to pay an extra $15, which I wanted the Fiend, which is why I bought the Gold Edition eventually, so that way I didn't have to do all this crap. You had to pay $15 to get that. Then you got to pay $30 for the Backstage Pass, which included it's the Apocalypse Edition and the Future Edition. Really stupid things now that I'm looking back on it, 2 years removed. And to get Hulk Hogan and Mick Foley, you had to pay another $15 for the Legends, pack. 2K20 was a mess, just in terms of what was available, what was locked behind paywalls, and then obviously the glitches. But they took a year off. They've apparently been listening to the fans, whatever that means.
Whatever that means. I'm not, I'm very skeptical.
But they released a trailer during Mania, and it looks okay, but it's only 30 seconds long, so you don't see a lot. You see Rey Mysterio, and his model looks good. The lighting looks different. It looks a little bit more realistic. And, it shows a short little clip of him doing the 619 to, I believe it was Cesaro. And both of the models looked good. It looks okay for now, but I'm definitely not pre-ordering this one. I am not pre-ordering this game. It would take a lot. It would take a lot for me to have to even want to pre-order it this time around. So I'm skeptical to see how it turns out. I legitimately hope they release a new game, a great game. Obviously, if they release just a great game now, maybe they will see that maybe doing a yearly release isn't needed. Maybe take a bi-yearly release so you can have more time to actually work on things. But Vince McMahon wants money, so it's never going to happen. But yeah, 2K22's apparently coming out this year. I'll obviously report on that when we get some more information. I loved this headline, and I think you will too. AMD's Ryzen 9 5900 would be the best gaming CPU if they existed and we could actually get one.
Yeah, that silicone shortage thing is a real. I don't fully understand why it's happening, but
me either, to be honest. But everything when it comes to computers is just a wreck right now.
Yeah, well, there's some weird silicone shortage, and I don't know if that's to do with straight business or if that's actually mining silicate. And because I don't know fully what silicate chips are made out of, but it's mostly having to do with microprocessing chips and stuff. There's a lot of just issues with that, and it's jacking up all the prices and making it impossible to get cards. And then of course you have all those wonderful scalpers, so many scalpers and bots.
Oh yeah,
I just don't fully understand the situation, but that is still hilarious nonetheless.
Yeah, the I would love to upgrade my PC. It's just not possible right now. But
yeah,
I got two more small things. Are you familiar with a game? It was released in 2004. It's called Second Sight.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to bring up Time Splitters. No, continue.
Yeah, do you know Second Sight?
No, I do not.
Okay. Second Sight came out. A lot of people, it gets overshadowed by another game that was released that had similar ideas called PsyOps, The Mind Conspiracy. This is one of my favorite games as a kid. But Second Sight is a fairly liked cult classic game that has not been available to play. It hasn't been available to play in almost a decade in terms of
do I know this game?
PC?
I might know this game. Hold on. I mean, continue, but
yeah, look it up. It's a 2004 third-person shooter. You have really cool telekinetic abilities. It's available again on Steam. That's basically. I saw that it was available again, and I thought it was kind of interesting. It hasn't been. It's not been available for about a decade, and it's just kind of cool that it is now back in circulation. So if you've ever wanted to play Second Sight, you have the chance now.
You go between two versions of yourself, right?
Something like
part
that.
Of you that's in the past or something like that. And
yeah. So my thing is, I never got to play this game. I always wanted to. It was back when I still had a PS2, and I kept trying to rent it from Family Video, and my PlayStation just wouldn't play anything anymore. So it was breaking down, or it might have just been Second Sight, but I never got to play it. But now I could potentially get it on Steam. It doesn't say the price at the moment, but I'm sure it's not going to be too expensive for a game that's almost 2 decades old at this point.
$200.
Jesus. Yeah, it's like Jurassic Park Operation Genesis for the original Xbox back in the day. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, Second Sight gets a second chance. So
I actually heard about this through Outside Extra or Outside Xbox, one of the two. Luke Westaway had brought it up because he was like, no one has heard of this game and it's amazing. Play it if you can.
Yeah.
So
it's available on Steam now.
Yeah, that's amazing. I might have to check it out because he gave it a huge amount of praise. Any other news?
Yeah, just a short one here. This is about a Mario 64 PC mod. Yeah, it's new. It adds a permadeath, 60 FPS support, and some new moves you can do. It's just a mod for Super Mario 64, obviously the classic. And just gives you some more things you're actually able to do. Wall sliding, ground pound jump, sunshine dive hops, Odyssey ground pound dives, and flashback ground pound. I have no idea what that one is. But it also lets you collect a star and then keep going within the world instead of having to immediately get kicked out.
Wow.
I just thought that was interesting. I remember just coming across a video like a month ago of Super Mario 64 multiplayer PC mod, and I thought it looked really cool, but I have no idea where to look for it. I couldn't find it anywhere. Or it was like a mode where no, it was a mode where one person plays as like Mario and the rest are like toads or something, and you have to kill Mario. That's what I was trying to figure out, and I can't find it. But that's all I got, other than like I went and saw Godzilla vs. Kong last week. It was fine.
Yeah. I've heard good things. I've heard bad things. I've heard like mostly a lot of people said, yeah, it was a movie.
It's incredibly stupid. I don't care about any of the characters in it, but the action is fun, and that's kind of what I'm there for, you know?
Right.
So I don't necessarily care about Millie Bobby Brown and the one kid from Deadpool 2 trying to figure out a conspiracy. I'm here for the lizard and the monkey punching each other. And you do get the lizard and monkey punching each other, so it's like a 7 out of 10 for me. It was fine. If you have any interest in it, see it, help movies not die, but otherwise, I could leave it. There are other Godzilla movies I'd rather watch again. That's all I got.
Speaking of Kong, the director of Kong Skull Island is directing a live-action Gundam movie for Netflix.
Interesting.
Don't know what that's going to be like.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good director, so
hopefully it features the actual life-size Gundam that we have in Japan.
Like, it's cool, but I've never been much of a Gundam guy.
I don't remember much from when I was a kid.
I remember very specific things about dumb shows, but when it comes to Gundam, I always just kind of changed the channel. I don't know why I was never really into it. It's like, screw you, Gundam. I'm going to go watch Super Monkey Hyper Team Force Go or whatever.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Super Mega Monkey Team Hyper Force Go. That's what it's called. There you go. I watched a video on Jetix the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, all these shows I completely forgot existed.
For a good reason.
Yeah, well, fair.
Supposedly, BioShock, the next BioShock game coming out, is supposedly going to be an open world RPG.
Ooh.
So I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure where they're going to go with BioShock at this point. I played the first 2, and then I wasn't really into Infinite. Also, I feel like I'm in the minority there, because like a lot of people love Infinite. I'm like, I don't get it. It's fine.
I thought Infinite was fun. I mean, it was good. Enjoyed BioShock 1 a bit more, but Infinite was fun. I thought the DLCs for Infinite were amazing.
Okay, I never played those. I just like the atmosphere of the first two games.
Well, both of the DLCs that weren't like multiplayer, boss rush DLC, whatever, that they were story DLC. They both take place in Rapture.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
The first one you play as another instance of Booker DeWitt, but he's in Rapture, and he gets contacted by an older Elizabeth. And then the second story is a continuation of that, but you play as Elizabeth. Yeah, there's one, like, not to be super spoiler, but like, wee woo, spoiler. At one point, you playing as Elizabeth get to experience a first person event of you getting a frontal lobotomy.
Nice. All right.
That was an incredibly unpleasant experience.
I'd imagine.
Yeah. Wow. That really unsettled me. And it's basically prequels that line up BioShock, like the events that happen. So it like takes place as Rapture is falling apart.
Gotcha.
And like the Civil War starts and all that, up until I think like Jack arrives or something like that from first BioShock. By the way, if you didn't know, the characters from BioShock is Jack.
I'm aware of Jack. We talked about him briefly on the last episode too.
Yeah. There's talk of a Last of Us remake, and everyone's going, "Why?" It's not that old. Well, but it's not that old of a game. Like, don't.
No, I agree. Just like if you want to do something with it, port it, I guess. But like, there's no reason for it. There's no reason. This is unnecessary. There's no reason for this.
On top of that,
one guy crying.
Speaking of remakes, wow, I totally forgot for a second. Mass Effect Trilogy coming out very soon, next month, has already broken gold in just pre-orders. So, my God, BioWare, please make it good.
It's probably gonna suck.
I really hope not.
It's gonna be like WWE 2K20, the sequel.
Ethan, I can't handle much more disappointment in my life.
BioWare announces that Visual Concepts actually handled most of the development.
Please stop. Please stop. Ethan, I need good things in my life. Gojira isn't bringing the love. I need something else. Help.
Yeah, hopefully it's good.
Yeah, hopefully it's good. Hopefully the new Gojira album surprises me, and it just happens to be that all their singles are meh. Wow, I feel like an ass saying that. Oh well. I think my last video game thing, I feel like there is more, but I didn't write down all my notes. Oh, no, I have two things. One, apparently, according to a leaker, so, trust it as much as you want, Resident Evil 7 and 8 are actually part of a trilogy. And so there will be a Resident Evil 9. Now, the question is... Well, okay, sorry. There will be a Resident Evil 9 that contains the same characters and continues the story from 7 and 8. That better?
Oh, so is 8 the same character
you play as
7?
Ethan. Yeah, you play as Ethan.
See, I still haven't played Resident Evil 7. I've heard it's fantastic. I just didn't realize it was a direct sequel.
Yeah, no, Resident Evil 8 is a direct sequel. If you watch like the first announcement trailer, they literally say Ethan. Like Chris Redfield comes in and is like, Ethan, I need you.
Interesting. And then there's Tall Lady.
And then there is Tall Lady, and she was not in 7, which...
I mean, I imagined.
Unfortunate. But the question is, we got creepy mold people in 7. We get sexy tall vampire ladies in 8. What do we got in 9?
Sexy tall mold creatures. It's actually, no, they're actually going to mutate into like the sexy nurses from Silent Hill, and it's just going to be a crossover.
Oh, well, there we go. I think everyone would be fine with that. Nintendo has announced that they will be in E3 this year.
Ooh.
I swear to God, if I don't get even a fucking hint of anything that Metroid's doing,
you won't do anything.
I will cry. Shut the fuck up, Ethan. I will write a strongly worded letter to my congressman
Hey guys, do you want to know who's gonna be in Smash? That's all we got. Hey guys, Michael Ockerfeld is gonna be in Smash.
What would his moveset even be?
Denying people death metal.
His up B is he picks up Dan Swano by the ankles and starts beating people with him. And the guy from Porcupine Tree, I don't remember his name.
Steven Wilson.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. That guy that made a really good record that you're supposed to listen to at some point. As well as the joint record between him and Ockerfeld that was really good.
I'll probably never listen to it.
You should actually listen to Storm Corrosion. It is fantastic and really eerie and creepy.
Oh, that's the band. I saw somebody talking about Storm Corrosion the other day. And I was unsure of who it was. I knew it was Ockerfeld.
It's Michael Ockerfeld and Steven Wilson's love child that they made over drinking wine.
Yeah, I think they said that Ockerfeld said more Storm Corrosion could happen, but like he was done with Bloodbath or something like that. Like they were talking about all of his projects or whatever.
I'm totally fine with that. I don't really feel like his heart was really in Bloodbath anyways.
Yeah, but Bloodbath was cool.
Yeah, but Bloodbath is also still a thing.
It's true.
And it still has Opeth's drummer in it, so you know.
It does. Except I learned that Dan Swano did the drums in their very first release.
Yeah, Dan Swano likes to touch his grubby little hands on everything. His proggy, grubby little hands. Which is fine, because he's amazing.
These proggy little hands.
These proggy little hands. Oh no, it's all of a sudden a 5/4 time signature. What will you do?
Count an extra beat per measure.
You know how many people can actually do that?
Anything that's a 4-time signature is not really that hard for me.
No, it shouldn't be hard for anyone. But there are people that literally can't do 5/4.
But as you know, as soon as it hits 6/8, I'm done. I've lost the ability to count 6/8 in my life. I know It's mainly just 3 counts. In my head, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You know.
Well, it's 2 counts of 3.
Whatever.
The accents are on beats 1 and 4. It's Ethan. I'll give you a hint. It's like playing in 2/4 where all the notes are triple.
Yeah, I can't do triplets in my head anymore. Triplets always hurt in band.
Wow.
This is also coming from somebody that was in the school's like high band. I used to be really good at music, but then I lost the ability to play tuba because I can't afford a tuba. So I kind of just lost that. Dude, I miss my tuba. Tuba's fun. No, dude, I was playing songs like Circus Bee where I made me want to kill myself. I was never able to actually play that part. I would just like go and play in pianissimo. It's like, I'm done. You can get this, Mandy. I'm sure you can play this part loud enough for the both of us.
Wow. Lazy motherfucker. All right. Well, I think I am out of news for the most part, unless Nintendo was the last thing I wanted to end on.
Yeah, I'm good on news as well. Well, let's get into the main event then. You went first last week, so I shall go. We are back in the world of melodic death metal, progressive death metal.
Pretty much all I ever give you, except for Septic Flesh.
Yeah, this is a band called Edge of Sanity, and I've mentioned Dan Swano a couple of times already in this episode. He is this is the brainchild of Dan Swano. They're a Swedish death metal band, Edge of Sanity. Every time I see Dan Swano now, because of I'm going to pronounce it different every time, by the way. Every time I see his name, I just assume it's a solo project, but that's not the case on this.
Mitch, but he does have a solo project under his name.
He does. So it messes with my brain.
Which, by the way, Moon Tower, great album.
I doubt it. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure it is. Edge of Sanity. He gave me Crimson and the so beautifully titled Crimson 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. So, actually, Mitch, I found out why Crimson 2 was split up so dumbly the way it is. In case you don't know, Crimson, the album, is supposed to be just one song. Nowadays, if you're listening to it on digital, Spotify, things like that, they split it up into 8 parts. And with Crimson 2, I think it is also 8 or 9 songs, but when it was first released, it was released in 46 parts. So the reason they did this was because it was released during the Napster era and LimeWire and stuff like that. So they wanted to make it harder for people to pirate the albums. So that is why they did that. I listened to both these albums on Spotify. I will warn you that Crimson 2 on Spotify, not that great. Not that the music is any different than anywhere else, but it doesn't flow quite right. I did re-listen to the album today on Spotify, or not Spotify. I re-listened to it on Spotify and it still sucked. I listened to it on YouTube today and it was a little bit better. So maybe if you're using Apple Music or some other type of thing, it's just on Spotify, it's a little messed up.
Or you could just buy the album, I don't know.
Or you could just buy the album. So I have it pulled up here on Wikipedia. So, spoilers, I wanted to go through the lyrics for both of these records, but I didn't really get a chance to. I was really hoping somebody had made a lyric video for both of these, kind of like Insomnium for the last episode did, but unfortunately that wasn't the case, and I just haven't had a lot of time. Yeah, I'm super surprised too. I figured somebody would have, but I couldn't even find lyric videos for many of the songs in general, not even just the whole thing. So I didn't quite get a chance to go through all the lyrics. I kind of got it for the most part during my listens. For Spotify, here's the narrative. Quote, the album's single song this is for Crimson 1. The album's single song tells the story of a world where humans no longer can bear children. Into this time of despair, a child is born to the king and queen of the barren earth. The queen dies during childbirth, and the king is left to rule the earth and raise his daughter on his own. The people think the child is a sign that God will give them back the ability to reproduce, but as the child grows into a teenager, humanity remains infertile. In time, the king dies and men fight over his throne. Next paragraph. The new king crushes rebellions against his illegitimate rule and is generally hated by the populace. Eventually, the child is persuaded to lead a coup. As she is left alone to plan, the forces of evil beckon to her. She accepts this is a lot longer than I thought it was. She accepts an unholy master and gains strong magical powers. She slays the false king easily and begins ruling Earth. The people watch her obsessively because it was thought that by restoring the rightful ruler, they might be returned to the gift of breeding. But the new queen misleads the people and slays the elders who the humans had preserved for their wisdom. Word of this gets out, and a group of rebels gather to stop her. They find a way to neutralize her power by blinding her and then place her in the same preservative tank of crimson fluid that the elders were kept in. Oh, so now that I've read that, the cover art makes a little bit more sense, I think.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it just looks like an ink splatter painting, and I wasn't sure what it was. So that was a mouthful. I wasn't really paying attention to the story all that much while I was listening, to be honest. So, and it doesn't even say what the narrative of Crimson 2 is, but it is a continuation of that. Just actually, let me make sure that's the case. No, it does not say what the actual story of Crimson 2 is on Wikipedia. What did I think of these records? Edge of Sanity's Crimson 1 was released in 1996, and Mitch did let me know that the production is very 90s. And it is. When I first listened to it, I was like, oh yeah, 90s death metal sounded like this. But to be honest, after the first couple of minutes, you get used to it. It's a well-mixed album for death metal back in the 90s. I liked this record. It's one of those weird things where it's like I enjoyed both of these records, but I don't have a whole lot to say about them. So parts... Yeah, I'm trying. I just don't want to keep repeating myself over and over again and talk in circles. So let me talk about what I liked. First of all, I think the instrumentation on Crimson... Back up. I prefer Crimson 1 a little bit more to Crimson 2.
I'm the same way, actually.
Okay, cool. I think the writing, like the musicality and everything, is definitely the strong points of both of these records. I think my favorite parts of both albums are when there's like no verses or vocals really going on, and it's the really kind of upbeat and groovy instrumentation, like the that's probably not exactly right, but it's something similar like that in part 2 of the first record. I really like the musicality and the writing. Very interesting ideas, like in part 3, I believe. It's still in part 2. It's not the first time I've heard like an effect of an alarm going off, but there's a part where the music kind of dies down and you hear just this dan, 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 which I think in retrospect of what's happening in the record, I think is an alarm going off in the music. I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And it eventually, picks up in the next song. I like the vocals for the most part. I think
don't forget Aki Boy is in there.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you where.
Yeah, I know.
I have no idea where he is in this record. Swano's harsh vocals are very unique. I actually think he is a fairly unique sounding vocalist. I will say I kind of liked his clean vocals a little bit more, though. There was a lot of variety in his clean vocals in Crimson 1. There's like a part where it's a bit cleaner and there's a phaser going on, so it's kind of this washed out effect. But then there's parts where it sounded like my brain was like, is Peter Steele on this record? I'm like, this is way different, but I liked it. I think he is a pretty good vocalist. I like the ideas in both records. He's definitely semi-intelligible as well. Like, I didn't have a lot of issues trying to hear what he says for the most part, but the when it comes to Crimson 1, the production does hinder it just a hair, because it is that very 90s production. Tonally, record's very heavy, and it's good. I liked Crimson 1 quite a bit. Like I said, I preferred it to 2, and I don't have a lot to say about 2, mainly because I don't know really what the narrative goes on for that, but it does feel like a continuation. The production is obviously a little bit better, and there are still parts of like really heavy writing, and then it's juxtaposed with the upbeat, leads and more groovy sections, just like in Crimson 1, along with different styles of the vocals and things of that nature. But I don't really, I think Crimson 2 is really good background music. Like, I could probably have that album playing all day or whatever, and I wouldn't really mind. So it's weird that I like it enough for that, but I also don't really have a lot to say about it. And I don't know if that's common.
I get that. I kind of feel the same way. Like, I've definitely listened to Crimson 1 way more than Crimson 2. Mm-hmm. Even though the production is better on Crimson 2, I just like the way Crimson 1 sounds a bit more in terms of its writing and its flow, and Michael Ockerfeldt's somewhere on there.
He's somewhere. I don't know where he is, but his name's on it, so I like it more.
But, well, it's kind of hard because him and Swano kind of have similar sounding voices at points. Because I don't know how much old Opeth you've listened to, but
really old stuff, not a lot. I'm actually going to go on to Metallum and see what songs he was on, or like what set. Of course, it's not going to tell me what songs he's on. It's all one song.
I couldn't find it.
It's all one song.
All I can tell you is he did some lead guitar and some additional vocals. That's it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. It's not.
But this was in 1996 is when this was released. That was like Opeth's second record.
Okay. It's just weird. I liked both of the records. I wouldn't say that it's like in my top of what you've given me per se, but it's certainly not. I had very little negative to say about it, except that like a couple of times I think I listened to Crimson 1 a few more times than I did Crimson 2. I tried to listen to like one after the other for the most part, but I didn't get a chance, or I had to restart or whatever. I did notice that at times I would, like, my mind would start wandering or something like that. Mainly because I'm listening to it at work, but
Right.
That's kind of like what I was saying. I think these are very good albums that you can listen to, whether you're looking for something to analyze or just look for something to listen to. Obviously, Crimson 1 is a little bit different depending on where you're listening to it, because it's one long song versus tracks, whereas Crimson 2 actually has a couple tracks that you could, per se, throw on a playlist or something.
Yeah, all 46.
Yeah, all 46. And
all 46.
But I liked them. I have very little negative to say about them. I just I just kind of have a hard time thinking of things to say about them versus like Insomnium. And I do fully think that if I had the chance to sit down and go through the lyrics as I was listening to it, probably wouldn't be the case. So it's my bad, obviously, but also, I'm not taking a dump on the album. I think they're pretty fun. I think they're pretty good listens. It's pretty good. I'd probably give Crimson 1 like a 7.5 and a Crimson 2 like either a 6.5 or a 7, which I don't think is too bad. They're fun, and I think you should give them a listen. Interesting, on Metallum, Crimson 2 is rated higher than Crimson 1. But it also has less reviews.
People are dumb.
That's true.
I want you to go back very quick and just listen to the beginning of part 8 on Crimson 1 and tell me what you think about those vocals.
It has the really, really spacey vocals. That's one of the parts I did remember. But I will humor you and go and listen to it.
Well, I mean, if you remember it, just tell me what you thought of it, because I don't know what it is about that part.
The really spacey delay reverb beginning.
Yes,
really cool, really, really cool. It gets my.
I don't know what it is about it, but I just freaking love it.
Mm-hmm. It really goes to show you that if you have the ability to think of what to do with like delays and reverbs and phasers and stuff like that as a producer, that you can do some really interesting stuff. Yeah, I think it's really cool. Yeah. It's a cool part, and I knew exactly what you were talking about when you mentioned it. So just like when I said that these clean vocals sound like it's coming from a typo negative record. Whatever. Yeah. But I actually liked the range she has, like the different types of singing he has.
I will say during that spacey stuff, Michael Ockerfeld is one of the people singing.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I recommend Crimson and Crimson 2 if you have any interest in it.
Fun fact, the only Edge of Sanity records I've ever listened to.
Yeah, apparently all their stuff is pretty well regarded.
Yeah, I mean, they're considered really good prog death metal bands that for some reason not a lot of people have heard of.
I know I've heard of them. I just I never had a ton of people recommend them before. I'm sure that
they were on that like top 10 prog records you gotta listen to. Crimson 2 was on there.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that, but I'm sure back when I was in Fleshbore or something, Cole Daniels, the bass player, had probably mentioned them before because he's really big into like 90s death metal. Was recommended, but like it just kind of like fell off my smooth brain. So,
your brain is pretty smooth.
It's there ain't many wrinkles in there, brother.
I got enough wrinkles to function. That's all I need. Nice. Okay, cool. I'm glad you didn't hate it. Sad it didn't grip you as much as I would want it, but I also wasn't expecting that either. I wasn't expecting a sluggish Blackwater Park, Winter Horde kind of grip. Haken.
I don't know if I would have thrown Sluggish and Winter Horde into albums that gripped me really hard, but then again,
I don't know. You seem to really like those two.
Maybe it's been, I mean, let's be honest, it's been over half a year since we started this. So,
whoa.
I think it's been over half a year. I think our first episode was in September.
I could have sworn we started this in February. Am I dumb? I'm dumb. I'm probably
Don't
dumb.
Tell me you actually thought it was February, because I think
we started talking about this in February of 2019 or 2020.
No, 2020. Yeah.
and that's what I'm getting it confused with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we haven't been going for a year yet. So we've been talking about it for about a year, but
wow, this does not give me a save date. Wow, that's fucking dumb.
What are you trying to look up?
I was looking at my files to see when they were saved. Oh,
the
cool.
first episode 0, came out on September 7th.
Yeah, we recorded August 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been about half a year. Who knew? Surely not me.
Our best episode is still Aesop Rock and Letters from the Colony. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I should go back and re-listen to that. I'm not sure why that's our most popular album. I pumped money into episode 5 and it didn't do well at all.
Which is sad because we both love those bands.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't do bad. It's sitting at 23 listens at the moment, but
whoa, man,
hey,
we're about to break the fucking bank with those kinds of numbers.
Look, I'm not trying to I'm doing this for fun mainly at this point.
I'm just doing it to shove music down your throat.
Fair enough, I suppose. But
which it's working. All right. Most of the things I've suggested you've loved, or at least liked.
Yeah, I can't think if there's anything I downright hated. I think the least favorite thing was Letters from the Colony.
I could have sworn you. I could have sworn you told me I found I could have sworn there was one, but maybe I'm wrong.
Haken, Kettle. Oh, I wasn't big on Ulcerate either, but
oh yeah, Ulcerate was the one that you were like, Mitch, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I mean, you were also what the fuck with Disona, but that was a whole different kind of what the fuck.
Yeah, with Disona, I don't think I didn't hate it, but I also just was so confused that it left an impression. So I'm like, all right.
It's a very overwhelming record.
It's a very overwhelming record, but otherwise,
it's Devin Townsend, but somehow more concentrated.
Otherwise, I think you've hated 2 albums and you thought Slipknot MFKR was just odd. I think that's about it. I guess you didn't really like. I guess you didn't like Glory Hammer that much either.
And there were things that I was just like, yeah, this is a thing, but meh. Like System of a Down and
I forgot about Toxicity.
Aesop.
What was our second episode? Primitive Man and Winter Horde.
Yeah.
Why did I give you Primitive Man?
You wanted to know my opinion.
That's true. It was their new record too. So I'm like,
and hey, I didn't shit on it now, did I? I only shitted on the one where babies are dying, but not the one where they're being annihilated. Not the one where they're being annihilated. Dying Fetus.
Yeah, I still think you're wrong on that one, but
at least I like. You can be wrong about me being wrong all you want.
Dying Fetus is a sick band. They're super talented.
They're sick, but it's not because of how good they are.
Nah, they're great. I want to see you try to play any of their stuff.
Oh, you're not going to give me this bullshit now. Hey man, you shouldn't shit on them. You couldn't do anything they're doing. You're right, because I don't want to be bad.
Except it's not bad. It's just super technical and heavy. I know. You just, the writing wasn't your thing, and then John Gallagher's super barky vocals, which I hated too when I first.
Fucking hate that shit.
I love it. I used to hate it. I think I mentioned it on the episode. The first time I heard Dying Fetus, I'm like, I don't understand. And then I forget what song made it click, to be honest. But I think it was just because I was very early in my metal listening. So I'm like, I don't
Welcome
understand
to episode 15, everyone, where we recap all 14 episodes.
Whatever. Get onto your stuff. Mitchell, what did you listen to?
I was forced to listen to some very brutal death metal from Florida.
It's not brutal death metal, though. That's a whole nother genre.
Oh, really? That I didn't even realize. I thought this was brutal death metal. Oh, great.
Early Cannibal Corpse could be considered brutal death, but they kind of lost that edge once. What's it called? Or was that sarcasm? And I'm
no, I legitimately. I legitimately did not know. I thought it was kind of like the term metal and heavy metal, where they're pretty much the same.
No, so I mean, I can go into this if you want real quick.
Yeah,
long story short,
I'm a genre snob.
Yeah, so brutal death metal versus death metal. What you listen to is more like regular old death metal, maybe teetering on some technicality, but not so much that it's tech death. Brutal death metal are bands like Suffocation and Dying Fetus, where it's I think what I'm trying to think of other examples. Hold on. Brutal.
Well, can you just
Cryptopsy.
How about just giving me what makes it brutal?
Brutal is like it's a little bit closer to slam. So it's focusing a lot more on percussive instrumentation and more in your face palm muties like you know.
Is gent just really complicated slam?
Gent and slam are not super unrelated, but you know, it's a different idea. So like Cryptopsy's early stuff was, you know, brutal / technical death metal, and there is brutal technical death metal, which is like Suffocation. So okay. And then once you go even further into those like quote unquote brutal aspects, when it really focuses on just being percussive in your face, that's when you hit slam.
Okay. Well, I was mistaken. I listened to not very brutal death metal. It's just gross. Very gross death metal. And who I listened to was Cannibal Corpse. Specifically, the Wretched Spawn, which I'm very familiar with this album cover. And
I will be using the censored version on our thumbnail for this.
I have always hated this album art. It's
I agree. I don't
only
like
it's only second to the one where the woman's getting eaten out.
Really? Those are the ones you don't like? I mean,
those are the ones I know.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Hold on. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've looked at Tomb of the Mutilated. I hated their one for Worm Infested. Worm Infested's pretty bad.
Let's look at that.
But that is also like a cover album, I believe. It has a cover of No Remorse by Metallica. I actually really like that cover.
I don't know. This is bordering on hentai, so this is kind of hot.
Mitch. But yeah, so yeah. the Wretched Spawn's album cover is fairly infamous. Yeah.
Wow, did I just learn something about myself?
Let's not. I really hope you didn't.
All right. So, let's start from the beginning. Death metal in general, you know, people were wanting to be heavier and darker and gross, and death metal in Florida was formed. And you have bands like Cannibal Corpse and Obituary, and Cannibal Corpse is very famous for being gross. Hi, Sabbath. I'm going to say gross a lot because that's the whole point.
Well, yes, but it's more early Cannibal Corpse that was meant to be gross, I think.
I will finish my review. Thank you very much.
I'll take that out.
You.
I apologize.
No, keep it in. Keep it in. Let the fans know. You introduced yourself this way. Mr.
It's
Mean.
true.
Mr. Mean interrupting man. And, you know, they were part of a huge controversy after, you know, the whole metal is Satan, play things backwards was already a thing. Cannibal Corpse was like, you know what, let's roll with that. But instead of Satan, let's just murder and eat the murdered. And so I was given the Wretched Spawn and Kill, you know, the aptly named, surprisingly not graphic covered album. And how did I feel about it? My opinions of Cannibal Corpse have not changed whatsoever, but that's not a bad thing. Basically, how I have felt about Cannibal Corpse is I know they're good. I enjoy the instrumentation most of the time. I'm not a big fan of the vocals, and I'm really not a big fan of the lyrics. And like a lot of people that like death metal of this style also really like horror movies and slasher movies and stuff. I mean, at least a lot of people I know, including Ethan. I'm not a big fan of those movies, and it has nothing to do with me being scared or something like that, because I mean, I love things like Dead Space and Silent Hill, and those are both gross and terrifying. It feels very overwhelming and too much at once out of place. Like, it's being graphic for the sake of being graphic versus a necessity to a story, which is fine. That's their intent. That's the whole point of this. I mean, that would be like telling Quentin Tarantino to not use 50 gallons of fake blood. He's going to do it because he wants to. Show a lot of
feet.
He do show a lot of feet and scalp Nazi heads in one movie. Listening to these two albums, I enjoyed them in the background. Paying attention to them, I, for the most part, wouldn't always catch what George was saying. But man, when I caught what he's saying, I was like, oh, well, that's nice. Maybe there could have been a more poetic way to say that.
To be fair, he doesn't write the lyrics either.
Oh, does he not?
No, I believe it's mostly the drummer that writes the lyrics.
Oh, well, that's nice.
No, it's Alec. Oh, it's pretty much everybody but Corpse Grinder. Never mind.
Yeah, they were both albums that I liked in the background more than I liked straight up sitting there listening to the music for the sake of listening to music. I preferred the Wretched Spawn over Kill.
That's actually a little surprising, I think.
I don't know exactly why. I just kind of enjoyed the riffage a bit more in Wretched Spawn. They were both really good. Like, it's not like a clear, tight winner. It's like, if I were to give them a score, it'd be like 7 and 7.5 kind of thing.
Okay, yeah. I think, could it be because I think the riffage is a little bit easier to understand in the Wretched Spawn, whereas I think Kill, while I think being a little bit, it's weird, because I find Kill to be the better produced album, it's also harder to kind of make out what everything is doing all the time.
I think you might be right on that. I will say, they are a lot more techy than I thought they were.
Yeah, that's why I let you know. I was like, they're like on the cusp. They're like teetering like towards that tech death. If they had a lot cleaner production, I feel like it could fit, but that's never really been their thing.
No, I mean, they are death metal incarnate. I really enjoyed the song, The Wretched Spawn, not for the lyrics.
I love... Oh, dude. Yeah, I'm not big on the lyrics either, but the one part in the title track, The Wretched Spawn, it's they're meant to kill you world, dun, 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 like the breakdown near the end. I was like,
well, and like just the intro guitar is great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think they're great at like writing music. It's just I think most people like you might have issues are if you can get past either the lyrical material or if George doesn't get too samey for you, which yeah.
I will say this. I totally get where Death Clock is coming from. Like a lot of this shit just sounds like a dirtier Death Clock song.
Like lyric-wise?
Lyric-wise, some instrumentation-wise.
Okay. I thought you meant like vocals. I'm like, I don't think they're
No. Like if I'm talking the vocals, I'm more talking about like the rhythmic scheme along with the instrumentation. Like in the Wretched Spawn, when you get to the chorus, I could totally see Nathan Explosion doing this.
The spawn of the wretched, born of the right.
Yeah.
Daughter of the murdering beast of it.
Yeah, like, I mean...
No, I can feel that.
The only thing you would have to change is you had to make the guitars less, death and more mellow death. But, like...
That'd be kind of an interesting project, trying to, like cover a Cannibal Corpse song, but trying to make it a bit more mellow death.
But making
that'd be interesting to try
making it a Death Clock song instead.
Yeah, I'd listen to it.
Yeah, I would too. But they're great, and I definitely see where Brendan Small is like taking inspiration from some of these bands, which
Mhm.
I mean, that's the whole point. He's making fun of death metal fans in general, and the bands, which is hilarious because some of their music is also really gross, but it doesn't hit me the same. Like, I mean, they literally have a song called "Briefcase Full of Guts," and is about a briefcase full of guts.
I can't decide if I actually like their first album.
Yeah,
I think
I think Death Album 2 is the good one.
I think Death Album 2 and on is when it actually becomes like not a joke. And I like a couple of songs off Death Album 1. Like I like Face Fisted, I like Mermaider.
I was about to say everyone
really
likes Mermaider.
And I really like Hatred Copter. But I like Birthday Death Day just because it's stupid and I love it. But
what about the Duncan Hills
vocally,
coffee theme?
That's what I mean. I think their first album is definitely playing into the fact that this is a joke band,
right? And then the second album
kind of gets a little bit better.
Yeah, the second album
like Cyborg Slayers. No, that's Hatred Copter. Sorry,
but they do have Cyborg Slayers.
Great song.
It's a great song. Yeah, no, it's funny. It's like probably the first album was like, oh, this is a joke. Second album, oh, people actually like this. Maybe I should take it mildly seriously.
And I actually like Mermaider 2.
Right?
The Water God more than I do the original Mermaider.
But for some reason, they always play Mermaider 1 live. Fuck that. Give me Mermaider 2.
Yeah, I think it's just because Mermaider 2 is longer.
I think it's more because Mermaider 1 is more well known.
True. I would love to cover Mermaider live. That would be so fun.
What else? Let's talk about Death Clock.
Do you mind if I try to ask you about like some specific songs?
I will have to listen to them on the fly because nothing like super stood out to me, but yes.
Frantic Disembowelment.
That is...
It's their most well-known... Like, it's off of Wretched Spawn. It's the song that they refuse to play live.
Oh, the super techie fast one. What do you want to ask? Just my opinion?
I was just saying, how did you like that track? And if it, it piqued your interest at all?
It hit me in the whole, old tech death feels, which I guess for people that don't know me in terms of my technical death metal, because we haven't given either of us have given a tech death album.
I gave you Archspire, brother.
You haven't yet, but yeah.
No, I gave you Archspire.
What? When?
Archspire, Relentless Mutation. It's like episode 7, I think.
What?
8. It was Archspire and Dominia. Involuntary Doppelganger.
I think I liked it, but not super liked it.
Yeah, you said it was a decent tech death record, but I have given you tech death.
Okay, you're right. Fair enough. I'm starting to remember it. Fine. I haven't given tech death. And so I haven't been super exposed to technical death metal. I like it. It's not up there with prog and melodic death metal for me.
Technically, Dying Fetus can be considered tech death.
No, we're not going down that road.
I mean, I'm not they are though. They're brutal technical death metal.
Gross.
Okay, I guess Metallum just says brutal, whatever. I think they're fairly technical. But anyway,
we all know that we all know that what matters is what Metallum says.
Fair enough. But yeah, Frantic Disembowelment. They actually have an instrumental version of that on YouTube. Nice.
But my point being, a lot of the tech death that I've listened to is newer tech death. I haven't gotten into Gorguts and those other bands that I should know the name of that are all out of Canada.
Necrophagist.
Yeah.
Well, Necrophagist is Germanic.
But still.
Cryptopsy,
Gorguts, Canadian.
Obituary.
They are not tech death.
They are considered, I think they're
Also, they're from Florida.
I thought Obituary. No, you're right. No, I'm not thinking of Obituary. Who am I thinking of? Origin.
Maybe. I don't know them, though. Canadian.
No, they're not Canadian either.
Tech death. Yeah, I'm just typing Canadian tech death because that is the thing. Archspire, Cryptopsy, Gorguts, Kilitaurus. I've heard of all of these.
Suffocation.
Mutilation, defecation.
No breathing. Yeah, so
but
and then the other one.
But
go ahead. Sorry,
my taste is newer stuff, and that's what I've been exposed to. So like Beyond Creation was kind of like my entry into them, and I mean I fucking love Beyond Creation. Vector is another one that I really enjoy. Granted, I've only listened to one album, but that one album is like perfect.
Right.
Have you ever listened to Vector?
Never heard of him.
You'll be interested in this, and I might give it to you at some point. I was actually thinking about it this time, but maybe not because I'm mentioning them now. Think it's progressive technical thrash. It's pretty good.
Interesting. Yeah,
there's some other bands out there. I don't want to go through my whole catalog looking for the techie boys. Oh, the Faceless, duh.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say their newer stuff is tech, but like Planetary Duality is without question a tech death
I think the
record.
one song I know by them is An Autopsy that I really, really liked.
Obscura is another one that I really enjoy.
Yeah, Obscura.
So yeah. But yeah, that song that you were asking me to talk about, Frantic Disembowelment, it's definitely like that older tech death where you're just kind of all over the place, but it's still not to the point where it's so chaotic that you don't fully understand what's going on, because I hate that tech death. And that is tech death that does exist. And people...
Brain drill.
Yeah, like people shit their pants over it sometimes, and I don't get it. Because at that point, it does not seem skillful. I'm not saying the person that's playing it isn't skillful, but it's a point of chaos where it's unintelligible.
Yeah, I'm that way with that really popular Animals as Leaders song, Kfo, the one where it's just like
during that
for like the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, I get that. That's fair. I do like that song though.
I like it once it goes to the cleaner, thumpier part. But
they do have better songs though.
True. I've found a lot more Animals that I've liked recently.
I will say this about Animals is I love the one video where he gives the fucking lesson. And he's like, oh yeah, man, it's just
I believe it's physical education? No,
it's not.
You're talking about
where he's giving an actual
the
guitar
funny video.
Yeah.
And he just like puts the guitar away.
down and walks away.
Yeah.
I just love how he's like, yeah, man, it's not that hard. You just got to do a pull off, a hammer on, and then a thumb pull, a hit on, pull off, and then pull your two fingers, and then speed it up by 200 times, and you're good.
If I had one more song off Wretched Spawn I wanted to ask your opinion on, and it was Festering in the Crypt. It's the slow one. The boom, 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 boom.
Oh, and you know what? This
boom,
actually reminded me of something too, but I can't remember who it was. I did not like Cyanide Assassin though.
I don't remember it offhand.
This does remind me of something. I can't remember who it is.
Yeah, for me, the big songs on this record are like Decency Defied, Frantic Disembowelment, Wretched Spawn, and Festering in the Crypt. The other songs, they aren't like filler, but those are the songs that I remember off the record.
And that kind of stand out. Yeah, I totally get that.
Was there anything, I know you said you preferred Wretched Spawn, but is there anything off of Kill that got your attention?
I'm going to be honest, I just don't remember Kill all that well.
It's interesting. It's usually Kill is usually considered one of their best records.
I mean, I listened to these both equally about 3 times, but I just don't remember Kill that well. Oh, you know what? Make Them Suffer is great.
Oh yeah, well, that's one of their big ones.
That also kind of gives me it also kind of gives me some Mellow Death vibes.
Okay. Yeah.
Like At the Gates, but somehow more brutal.
I really like the brutality of like the chaos of 5 nails through the neck, especially when he starts having those really broken up vocals, like near the end where it's like 5 nails through the 5 nails through the,
Yeah,
I like that a lot. And then I I think my favorite song off this record is The Discipline of Revenge, because it lets Alex Webster has some like bass intros and stuff.
Oh, I do remember the bass in that song.
Yeah, and then because it's a bit slower, and then the breakdown into the sped up part where it's like the dead what's the lyric something something, and then the scum will die or something. It goes you know. I love that. Yeah, I love that song.
That bass did grab my attention. I should have maybe taken more notes on this just because it's a longer piece, and I wasn't going to remember everything.
Yeah,
but yes, as you're mentioning these, like that's the one thing I did like about them. They would give their bass player parts that you could actually hear.
Oh yeah, it's because Webster also writes a lot of the music too. Yeah, so for me, like I think a lot of the songs are really good on Kill. Obviously, I think it may have been a disservice to give you like 2 Cannibal Corpse records at once, maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, because maybe by the time you've gone through like Wretched Spawn and started listening to Kill, it starts kind of like bleeding together, where maybe if you had time to like really digest some songs more than others before having to like listen to 2 whole albums, it might have hit you a little bit better. Right. But like Discipline of Revenge, Brain Removal Device, I really like Infinite Misery, the instrumental that closes out Kill. It's just very, very heavy. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you didn't like straight up hate these records.
No, by no means was that going to happen.
Well, I always got the impression that you just did not like Cannibal Corpse all that much. No. Which, I mean...
Yeah, no, I've never straight up hated Cannibal Corpse. It's always been a thing of, like, they have this
passing respect.
Yeah, I mean, I have respect for them. In the same way that, even though I absolutely hate Slayer, I have respect for them.
Fair enough.
But it's different with Cannibal Corpse, because I actually do enjoy parts of Cannibal Corpse. Slayer, not so much.
There's like a handful of Slayer songs that I like.
It's rare. It just doesn't scratch any kind of music bone for me. For Cannibal Corpse, like, I've always enjoyed the instrumentation. For the most part, the vocals and lyrical content is usually what gets me. I will say George is way better than Chris Barnes. That's not even something that needs to be said. But it's still not a vocal style I absolutely am in love with. I'm not saying he's bad or anything like that, in the same way that I don't think... I always want to say Infinite Annihilator, but that's not what it is.
Dying Fetus.
Dying Fetus. You shouldn't give me so many things killing babies.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Up next is gonna be fetal decomposition.
Yeah, I'll work too. Genocidal babies.
Butcher babies.
God, please never give me a Butcher Baby record.
I can't even tell you a Butcher Baby song.
like, it's the same thing. Like, it's just not my vocal style. I just don't enjoy it, but it's to the point where it ruins the song for me to an extent. Again, like, in the background, it's fine. And like, if I'm like short burst analyzing this, fine. But when I'm like, it's not something that I'm going to be like, ooh, I'm going to reach for this and press play kind of thing. It's not something that I actively want to listen to.
Gotcha. And I guess that answers my question, because I was going to do the whole, like, are you against, like, picking up a different Cannibal Corpse record, like, in the future?
I've still been told that people think I would like Skeletal Domain.
You might. That was my first, like, new Cannibal Corpse record, and it's good. But I prefer, like, the production of, like, the Kill trilogy, and I think Red Before Black is a fantastic record, but it goes back to the same producer as Kill and Evisceration, Plague, and Torture. And, like, honestly, it's, you know, we're talking about the vocals. I think the new singles they've been putting out for the new record, I think George sounds better than ever.
Right.
Like, it's like the exact opposite of Chris Barnes. He like sounds like he just started growling again. Like, wow, dude, you've taken good care of your voice.
Yeah.
At least when you're not talking.
Yeah.
Because when you're talking, you sound horrible right now. But
so, there's nothing that I've gone and made me go, oh, Cannibal Corpse is garbage, except Chris Barnes era Cannibal Corpse. But, even then they were still good musicians, just not Chris Barnes.
Oh, I was trying to think of like any Barnes era Corpse that you might even tolerate. Honestly, I think like the only two, like I have two Barnes era songs that I actually like enjoy, and one of them is not Hammer Smashed Face, which it's a classic song, but I'm kind of sick of it. They're both off their first record, Eaten Back to Life, where it has a bit more of a thrashy feel, like it's like death thrash. I really like Shredded Humans and then Skull Full of Maggots, and that's about it. And I really prefer the few chances I get to hear George perform those songs instead of Barnes, because they have a couple of them on their live records.
Nice.
But so yeah, it's the first time you've gone through a couple of dang old maybe not classic, but a classic death metal band.
Oh boy.
I like me some Cannibal Corpse. It's not a band that I listen to constantly, but it's one of those bands that I'll get into like a mood for them, and I'll listen to them pretty hard for like a week, and then I'm like, all right, cool, I'm good for a little while now.
Right. Yeah, people, especially if you're into any form of death metal, give Cannibal Corpse a shot. At the very least, you're listening to like some of the fathers of death metal. Seeing where it started.
We also should acknowledge that if you're into death metal, you have probably already listened to Cannibal Corpse.
Well, okay, I meant the subgenres of death metal, like me.
Okay, fair enough. Like, even with the albums I'm giving you, I'm looking at more stuff from like the Kill trilogy. I'm like, oh yeah, Torture has a ton of great songs, and so does Evisceration Plague. I'm like, it's weird. I'm definitely not gonna. I'm not going to double dip into Cannibal Corpse again anytime soon, obviously. In general, I don't want to double dip, but like their records are interesting for like, I think Cannibal Corpse is a really good playlist band. Like, you throw like a few of their good songs into a playlist along with other bands, and that's perfect, for someone like you, maybe. Yeah. But you're also not a playlist guy. You're an album guy in general. So maybe I'm just talking out my butt. It's possible.
Hey, let go of the fucking mic cable, you piece of shit.
Quit being so mad at him. He's just a baby.
He is just a baby, you're right. But he's a baby trying to ruin my audio quality.
That's fair. All right. I don't have too much for like our after show, so if we want to, I think today I have to go back to our name picker, because I have like 4 things.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering what I should give you.
So, I mean, I'll pick it up a little bit first here. Then I'll give you hints on things that I've like. I have some Canadian death metal, I have some Germanic death metal, and then I have some Swedish death metal.
I do like
and then
Swedes.
I had one name that was not metal at all that I considered giving you, but I think I want to hold off because I gave you Primus recently, so I don't want to like rock the boat super quick. Not that they have any thing to do with Primus. It's just not.
Yeah, you scared me there for a second, bud.
No. I think the closest thing I could ever give you is like Mr. Bungle, but I think you'd like Mr. Bungle more than Primus. But also, I haven't listened to a full Mr. Bungle record, so I'm not going to give you that.
Yeah.
Hold on. So let's type in these band names into this dang here thing. Full disclosure, the ones I'm giving you are like the ones I'm thinking are like some classic metal records that I think you'll have the same complaints as you do with, say, Cannibal Corpse in terms of like vocally speaking. But it's also like they're classic records, and I've recently listened to them myself, so I wanted to see like what you would think. All right, it's given the same band 3 randoms in a row. I'm giving you None So Vile by Cryptopsy.
Ah, okay.
Full disclosure, Lord Worm is one of the worst death metal vocalists of all time, but the music is awesome.
I can't wait. Thanks for getting me really real excited about this one.
It's a classic album.
Thanks.
I think there should be some interest in that for you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, totally. Well, I'm going to go.
I mean, I can give you the other 2 that I was thinking of if you would rather.
The AI has spoken.
It's true. I tried. I'm like, Because I listened to that. We can talk about this obviously next week. I'm not going to give my review of it today. So yeah, None So Vile by Cryptopsy.
There we go. I have a plethora, still, many an album, and the occasional double dip to give you. And
Are you double dipping today?
I am not double dipping today. I constantly go back and I'm like, I want to double dip and get. It's not technically a double dip because you never reviewed them for the show, but it is a band I made you listen to.
I don't even know who that could be.
Nonetheless, I was scrolling through and a band popped out to me, and it is a very unique band that one of my roommates actually suggested to me at our last apartment, and I fell in love with them. They are a band from a country, and I can't remember the big country. Ooh, that's bad. Poland. They're from Poland, and they sing in traditional Slavonic, so you won't understand a word they're saying.
Great.
So you don't need to focus on the lyrics at all. They are
okay.
Best described as
Name.
black metal
All right, black metal.
with Gregorian chants.
You've told me about this band briefly because it was one band that Anthony Fantano agreed with you on.
Yeah. And if
Don't know the
Fantano
name.
likes it, that means you have to like it.
Not necessarily.
The band is called Batushka. Batushka. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that album. Wait, maybe I am, and I just can't read it because my eyes are bad. Oh, Litourgiya.
Litourgiya?
Actually, that sounds way better. Yeah, that one.
Okay, I got it saved.
Wow, you sound really Are you like one of those people that's like, if I can't understand it, I don't like it?
No, it's also 12:09.
Oh.
It's not. No. I'm fine with it. I was trying to decide whether I was going to make a joke about like just watching Anthony Fantano's review of it and then regurgitating it for the next episode, but I'm not. I probably will watch his review, but no, I'm excited. I will say that I'm not typically a consumer of non-English speaking music.
I mean,
but
same.
it's not necessarily something I'm against. It's also like black metal, but with Gregorian chants, you know.
I'm not big into black metal either. So for me to like an actual black metal band. And
Yeah,
I don't know if they're singing about Satan. It's in Slavonic. Probably.
Hold on,
they're probably singing about Satan.
Batushka Metallum. What are your lyrical definitions? Religion, Eastern Orthodox liturgy.
There you go.
I don't know what that means. Also, their current...
Yeah, we don't need to get into that drama. Just listen to that album. The album is before drama started happening. There's technically 2 Batushkas now.
I was about to say, I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
It's like disputed.
You opened it up. I will quickly explain. They made an album. They might have made 2 albums together, but they definitely made 1 album together. That is the album that I gave you.
Okay.
They then got into a big fight to the point where one guy left the band from the other guys and then tried to sue his old bandmates. And that's still going on. They both did a big fuck you, and they both released another album under the same band name, but they're 2 different Batushka.
Interesting. So it's like Queensryche. There's like 2 different versions of Queensryche for some reason too.
Yeah, kind of like that. The metal community really enjoyed what they made and are now kind of sick of them because of this whole legal dispute shit. Because get over it. Stop being the dick to your bandmates if there's no reason to actually be a dick about it.
Big agree. I could also change... Never mind. Sorry. I was going to
go ahead.
Joke. No, I was going to be like, if you don't want to listen to None So Vile, how about this classic album called Hybrid Theory.
No. I'll listen to what you gave me.
You remember what Hybrid Theory is, yeah?
I do not.
Linkin Park. It was a dumb joke.
It was a really bad joke. Gotcha.
It was a very dumb joke. Anyway, so we got like some Gregorian Poland black metal band named Batushka, which
is fun to say. Let's just be honest.
Batushka. It is Batushka.
Yes.
And I believe the album is called Litourgiya. Literacy. And classic death metal record, None So Vile by Cryptopsy. So it's weird because you give me these bands that nobody's really ever heard of, and I'm just like, Cryptopsy, Slipknot, Cannibal Corpse. But I feel like that's just kind of our shtick.
That is our shtick. But it's funny because they are still bands I haven't really listened to all that much.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, eventually I'll...
I already know what I'm going to give you next week.
I have a couple of ideas.
Well, yeah, I mean, you had to choose a fucking name generator.
Yeah, I had to bring it back. It was like it died off in episode 6, and then they brought it back in episode 9. But Star Wars references.
Yeah, I think I'm next week going to move over to the East. We've just been spending too much time in the West.
The sun may rise in the East, but at least it sells in a final location.
Sure. Yeah. Yes.
It's understood that Hollywood sells Californication.
I just have to decide which album to give you.
I'm like that a lot because I don't think it's much of a spoiler that I was considering giving you a Meshuggah record today, and I just can't decide which ones. Because, you gave me a lot of bands that I figured you had already listened to the majority of their work. Death, Meshuggah, I think a couple others in the last few episodes we talked about. I was like, these are some nifty little ideas you landed in my lap, but I can't. What's that?
Do I need to call the police?
I don't think so. I think it's just my cat being a jerk, or there's wind outside. Although the other day when I was laying in bed trying to sleep, I thought Woody was crawling on me and he wasn't.
Oh.
So I half think there's a ghost in my house. But
ow!
I think it's also it's also because I live alone. So my anxiety is kind of weird. Yeah.
Person that maybe might kill Ethan right now, don't kill him. I need him to edit this first.
Please make sure he has it set to upload, preferably on Monday this time.
Once that's done, I'm fine with this not being a thing anymore. Or I'll carry it on in his memory, one of the two.
Wow. You wouldn't care if the show stopped?
Well, if you're dead, I don't want to keep going. I would have to edit. Man, I love how I'm trying to decide between these two albums that I don't even have to decide on for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you could just do a name picker.
No. It's more of a, do I want to give you the one that I started liking them on, or their newest one, which was also really good. But they're not short enough to give you both of them.
I almost I've had that thought where it's I kind of want to give you this EP, but the problem is it's not enough material versus what you're probably going to give me. Hey Ethan, here's this triple album that's all one song, nerd.
I fucking haven't done that yet. Get off my ass.
It's 3 hours long, and it's only it's one song, and most of it is wind.
Okay. I have never once given you anything like that.
No, I'm just joking because I'm joking around, but I feel like you have.
I have not given you Sun.
Yeah, that's fair. I wonder if there's a band that's worse than Sun in terms of drone. I'm sure there is.
Oh yeah, there is.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, there's a genre called harsh wall noise.
Oh, that sounds
Or
dumb.
harsh noise wall. I'm going to give you a harsh noise wall album.
I will you have to listen to it first, though. It's the stipulation. I mean, you could totally lie and say you did. Just find an Anthony Fantano review on it.
Oh, God. Has Anthony Fantano review... Hold on. Anthony
He's got to.
Fantano harsh noise wall. There's no way he's reviewed a harsh noise wall. No, he hasn't.
That needs to change.
There are some videos where it's like the brutal world of noise music, and then there's Pagefire, who made a video of how to make harsh noise wall because I like his videos. At least I used to. They're kind of copy paste now because he's done so many. Anyway, I want to go to bed. So
fucking nerd.
The song we're going, well, I have to work in the morning. The song we're leaving off today is actually an instrumental project by off of an album called The Human Error by a person I am friends with on Facebook named Ethan Wiseman. I believe the project is just called like the Ethan Wiseman Project, but let me look it up just to The Human Error.
Okay, Ethan, what do you think is the shortest album that is reasonable to give you?
The shortest album?
Yeah, for an episode. Time-wise.
I mean...
Before I would need to find two.
20 minutes, maybe?
Damn. Okay, that definitely exceeds my requirements.
It's just because, like, a standard album is, like, 40 to 50 minutes or something like that.
I know.
Like, the shortest...
To me, 40 minutes is too short.
Well, it depends on the genre as well,
Because I'm looking at these, and both of these are 40 minutes. I'm like, I want to give you both, but this isn't episode 20.
You could just, like, break it up over 2 episodes, I guess. Like, we don't always have to do a double... we don't have to do, like, a double album every 5 episodes. Honestly, I'd rather not.
You've made it a thing. And we didn't do a double... We didn't do a double on the last one.
We did a triple.
Well, I did a triple.
I mean, we've done one every 5. We did 2 Opeth, 2 Cattle, 2 Metallica, and then technically it's just 1 record. But
it's just
it's
one
a triple
swallow
album.
of the sun.
And then we did this, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, song we're going to leave off today is from a band called Ethan Wiseman's Mass Extinction Event, and we're actually going to... be playing the song Mass Extinction Event. It's a instrumental project, and that just about does it. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Distorted Entertainment Podcast. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/distentpod. That is DISTENTPOD. Remember to like and share it with your friends so we can continue to grow and show you some awesome music. My name is Ethan Carpenter, and I'm joined by Mitchell Wade.
Hi, everyone.
And all of like our contact stuff is in the description below, as well as
yes, it is.
The bands we talk about and things like that.
If you want to follow Ethan doing whatever he does, and then pictures of my cat, you should look us up.
By the way, I should maybe start plugging this. If anybody listening is in a musical project and you would like for us to possibly feature music, feel free to email us. The email will be in the description of the episode as well.
Email us, contact us on our Facebook page, whatever works for you.
It can be any genre. Yeah, if you're in a project and you want us to possibly feature you guys at the end of an episode of Distorted Entertainment, man, I got mush mouth really bad there. Go ahead and shoot us an email or talk to us on the Facebook page. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Goodbye.